To begin the meditation on compassion, as always, we first come to center, finding the breath and allowing the body to settle. Breathing in and out with awareness of breath moving through the body. Letting go of obvious tightness. Allowing a sense of presence in the body at this moment. We have spent much of our time in meditation learning to focus or concentrate, and cultivating a sense of being awake as we receive all sorts of experience in our lives. These practices are intended to train the brain and the mind, strengthening our ability to turn away from thoughts and actions that don't serve us well. There is another collection of meditations that are meant to open the heart, training us to turn toward attitudes that foster kindness and well-being. One of the most important of these is compassion meditation. To have compassion means that we become sensitive to the presence of suffering, in ourselves as well as in others, along with a desire for that suffering to be healed. Suffering is an intense word, a big basket for all kinds of distress. A few things we might find in that basket include our bodily pain, sadness, loneliness, fear, craving, anger or hate, and powerlessness. So we begin our exploration of compassion at the root, observing and tending to our own personal suffering. We practice kindness first on ourselves. We often speak more unkindly to ourselves than we would to any friend or even any stranger. We're tough on ourselves, too clumsy, too forgetful, too heavy, too often late, or not good enough, not smart enough, not pretty enough. Perhaps you can bring to mind something that you often criticize in yourself. Can you recall the words you use when this type of self-criticism arises? As you relive the experience of this self-judgment in the mind, notice how you hold it in the body. What is the physical experience of unkindness to the self? What is the story that often rises up and follows the self-judgment? And how does the story feel? The inner critic is harsh, dealing out punishment for our flaws. But what if we could reframe the inner critic, turning her or him from an enforcer to a mentor or a beloved teacher? How would a great teacher address our weakness kindly? Those words might be more forgiving, encouraging us to be wiser, to incline toward becoming better. Take a moment now to rephrase what you always say to yourself in this situation. Feel the touch of your own hand on your body, feeling it as a caring gesture. Set this in your memory. Set the intention to use these very words when the situation arises again in the future. Suffering arises in us from many causes, some of them coming from within us and some from outside. Whenever we notice suffering rising up in ourselves, anything from sorrow to anger to fear or any kind of wanting, we can practice cultivating self-compassion. First, acknowledging the presence of the distress, and then offering phrases of healing intention to ourselves. When we feel the pang of suffering, we can pause, allow it to be present, saying, "This is a moment of suffering. May I be kind to myself. May I be peaceful. May my suffering be eased." This is a moment of suffering. May I be kind to myself. May I be peaceful. May my suffering be eased. This is a moment of suffering. May I be kind to myself. May I be peaceful. May my suffering be eased. And when we have become more aware of what is present in our own distress, and more skillful at meeting it with kindness and healing intention, then we can better offer true compassion to others. Remembering what our own suffering feels like in the body and the mind, we can bring the distress of others into our awareness and genuinely wish for the pain of others to be alleviated. This is something we can practice, bringing to mind someone about whom we care very much, perhaps a friend or a loved one. Knowing now that all human beings share the experience of distress or pain, and offering the same intention. I see that, like me, you know suffering. May you be held in kindness and compassion. May you be peaceful. May your suffering be eased. I see that, like me, you know suffering. May you be held in kindness and compassion. May you be peaceful. May your suffering be eased. And as we incline our hearts toward the cultivation of healing attitudes, we can also open our hearts to the experience of those who trouble us, remembering that anger or aggression often have their roots in the suffering of fear and threat. Perhaps we can extend healing intention even to those who seem very different from ourselves. I see that, like me, you know suffering. May you be held in kindness and compassion. May you be peaceful. May your suffering be eased. hearing not just the words, but sensing into the compassionate feeling of the heart, we can ponder all people everywhere, people of every kind, and wish them the same. I see that, like me, you know suffering. May you be held in kindness and compassion. May you be peaceful. May your suffering be eased. And to all living beings, all the people and creatures with whom we share the world, I see that, like me, you know suffering. May you be held in kindness and compassion. May you be peaceful. May your suffering be eased. Releasing all effort now, feeling the kind touch of your own hand on your body, and resting in a sense of your own warm embrace.